You know what? Let's record from here. It's time for the Mr. Hadwick DemoBowl finals between Weed Bros Reggae Rumble. He's playing orcs, and oh, thank God, that's easy to pronounce. Napjerdalach Janush Business. They're dwarfs. So that's easy to pronounce. This is, of course, all information courtesy of Ampillion, who is our who's in charge of all the DemoBowl stuff, because he's a much better person than I am. Let's what I need to do is I need to type in a league. And that's not how you do that. Okay, I guess that's enough. So this is, of course, all very exciting at this point, but for better or worse, mostly for better, Blood Bowl 2 has a better spectating system. Because you can search for stuff, but you don't really know if you're searching for stuff. But yes, so this is the final. Orcs versus Dwarfs. It'll be interesting to see. And Pillion sent me a message and was like, is there a way to get fancy rosters in Blood Bowl 2? And I don't think there is. I can't recall. But on the other hand, Ethan, you get to click control, so you actually get to see what the skills are. Okay.
Yeah.
Weedbird says that the match is on, so we're gonna search a bit. Yeah, so I'll send you. That is the name of the league, Ethan. I sent you a message. So whoever finds it first.
I'm just clicking search with demo in the league thing.
Yeah. At some point, it should show up, hopefully, and then we'll go to full screen. I guess I could also search for the actual name of one of the teams. But I think it's because they're probably... If they just started up, it's gonna take a while for the system to find them, because I don't think the system actually
I don't think it
cares about pre
yeah, I think it doesn't go until foot to ball occurs.
Yeah. Napjerdalash says they just started, so hopefully you can find it soon. I got really excited because I got waiting for a response from server.
Yeah, that was good. You're like, ooh,
We'll see. Yeah. I'm sure both Napier and Weedbro probably knows not to listen to the commentary track, because they're cool people.
I mean, if they want to lose, they can listen.
Want to get bad advice?
Yeah, they're either going to get bad advice or disqualified if the advice is good. So, either way, lose-lose scenario on this one.
Okay. Oh, there we go. Found it.
Red Rumble versus... Is that it?
Yep.
Nailed it.
Exciting times. Okay, here we go. Let's get into game and have a look at these teams. So, unfortunately, we couldn't see what the team value of the two teams were, but I'm sure we can have some insights from stream chat about that. It seems like the
1005.
1005.
Yeah, 1005. That's team value.
It seems like the orcs are running with a 12 orc lineup, and the dwarves are running 12 dwarves. There is a goblin on the orc team, but no trolls, so we won't be seeing any trolls place. We might be seeing some fouling then. What do we have?
Honestly, it's going to be foul.
Yeah. I'm gonna go through. I'll go through the orc team here, and then you can go have a look at the dwarves if you want. Let's see. Do we have anything interesting? We have. So we have one thrower on the Weedbros orc team with kickoff return rather than block, which is interesting. There's also a blitzer with sure hands, blodge, and plus move. Frenzy blitzer with block, tackle, mighty blow, and of course frenzy. And then we have a wrestle lineman, a black orc with nothing, and two out of the 4 black orcs actually have guard. So block guard on 2 of them. One other lineman here that is not agility, but armor value busted. Also with so there's a surprising amount of guard. No, surprising amount, but rather an impressive amount of guard. And some mighty blow, a very bashy orc team. What do we have on the dwarves side, Ethan?
Ask me if there's anything interesting.
Is there anything interesting?
No, they're dwarves. No, there's a really good runner. There's a really good runner with plus movement.
Yeah.
And kickoff return.
Spritney Stefan.
There's a lot of guard naturally.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of strip bowl as well. The troll slayers, I think. Both of them have strip bowl, and then a couple of the longbeards too.
Well, at least one of the troll slayers number 2 has strip bowl. I don't think the other one has it, but that's a strip bowl and a frenzy piece is usually smart because you can move someone away from the wall depending on the scatter. Of course, the orcs do have 2 pieces with sure hands, so
yeah,
it should matter less. The orcs managed to get quick snap, so they get to move all the other pieces 1 square over, which is nice. Let's see if the runner orc did not manage to grab it. There's actually, I was gonna say, there's a surprisingly few longbeards with guard here, and by that I mean there's 4 of them.
Yeah, like
not that many.
That's because he's got the really good runner.
Yeah.
Classic 2-skill runner. Is he a 2-skill runner?
Oh, block.
Runner. No, he's a 3-skiller. He's a 3-skill runner.
Whoosh. So fast.
But everyone's got the block. There's a lot of the guard.
Oh yeah, so one of the runners has strip ball and one of the troll slayers have strip ball.
Yeah. Okay, that was the other strip ball I saw then, yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting and very annoying to play against. Assuming you don't have sure hands, but who would pick sure hands? It's not even a good skill, right?
Well, one of the orcs has it for free.
Yeah. I think it's also important to note here that both teams bought a wizard, which might be, because this is the finals, so people are going to use their money, but it might mean that whoever got to pick first bought a wizard and then the other person got it? No. Huh. Regardless, they both have wizards. I need to read up on this stuff. Remember how shit works.
Shoot a wizard. The open wide zone is interesting, but also it's not like orcs are gonna go down it.
Ampillion with some information here. The dwarves were at 1480 in team value, and the orcs at 1570. So the orcs do have a slight edge when it comes to team value, but we are at the team value where dwarves are usually considered really good.
Yeah. Well, if you take 1570 and take away 1480, that's 1010. So I was right.
Yeah. It's okay. Let's all agree that that's the case.
Never mind that I said 1005, but
yeah, and that you don't really get 1000.
I'm doing the numbers on my fingers and toes, and I definitely get up to 1010 on that.
Okay, well, if I can't argue with that, I just can't. Sure hands actually working.
This sure hands speedy blitzer.
Mm-hmm.
I like his style.
Yeah, I'm not sure where the Dwarfs are gonna go when it's their turn, because clearly they can't make it all the way down to the runner. They're just not that fast.
These poor Dwarfs all laying down.
Yeah, 2 of them, and a tiny bit of a nap. It's actually a kind of interesting conundrum for the Dwarfs here, because normally just having block, tackle, and guard is enough for the Longbeards to deal with what's going on. But because the Black Orcs, for the most part, have block and guard as well, they're just going to still get the 2-die blocks on them.
Yeah.
So it seems like the
guard war, the high base strength wins.
Yeah. It seems like the... Seems like the Dwarves are playing some type of elf screen defense.
Well, the Orcs aren't going to get to move up the middle of the pitch.
To be fair, they are, like, at least for the next few turns, the Dwarves are going to be able to keep up. It is also... Now, it's not going to happen because the Wizards are probably going to be used for lightning bolts. But you can get a very juicy 5-orc fireball here. You can get a 6 dwarf fireball if you want one. No, you can. I was going to say 7, but no, it's 6.
No, look at that weird little fella flexing. Whoop.
Oh!
I just saw a typo in the subs. It says beaded instead of bearded, and it's weird. I mean, I'm assuming that he didn't say little beaded person.
Oh, right, because you have the subs on.
Yeah, but that might also just be another downward spiral.
You can actually turn them off now, I think.
Yeah, but it's funnier to point out that they're shitty.
So that's a good start for the Dwarfs. All of their pieces are still around. The Orcs are going to have to kind of run into them. Being 1 down, not the end of the world. Of course, they do have a Goblin here. And it's just a KO. So the players know that. But it's...
that poor
it's
KO'd Wrestle Line Orc. Oh, but they got a Goblin.
Yeah. I mean, it's nice to get first blood, as it were. So it'll be interesting. I'm just going to assume that the Orcs are going to go, from my perspective here, up on the left-hand side. And try and leave some of the slower Dwarfs in the dust, blitzing down the number 3 Longbeard here that has Guard Mighty Blow.
Yeah. Yeah. He's going to waddle around. That's what I would expect.
Mm-hmm. Possibly with this... No, not this dude. With this sweet Frenzy Blitzer. But we'll see. Of course, we're playing... I assume we're playing... Yes, we are. We're playing with 4-minute turns because this is proper play.
They're not hardened. They don't have nerves of steel to deal with the... Yeah. Or the 10-second.
No one can deal with 10-second. I like 4 minutes, but it's of course, it's one of those cases where, because everyone should have... I mean, there should be enough time for everyone to... what am I trying to say? Oh, this is a 2-die into a 1-die, surely. Oh. Okay.
Now.
Yeah, payback. Wow. Oh, and a badly hurt. Yeah. So the apple comes out straight away. For those of you that, those that may not have watched too many actual league finals, a pretty solid move. If you outpo badly hurt, you know that person is going to come back. Whereas if you outpo something that's a bit more deadly, there's always the risk that the player is going to, get a miss next or something like that, and that means that the player won't be in the reserves. And since this is a league final, the only thing that matters is the end result of this game, basically.
These game wins.
Yeah, these teams are probably not gonna continue. I don't think. Maybe there'll be a legacy league at some point, but normally you play with the team for the league.
Oh. Yeah, that's it. Okay, then you're going to waddle the ball over there too. Classic 7 movement orc.
Yeah, so pretty strong sideline cage here. It's going to be annoying for the Dwarfs to pretty much do anything, I think, but we'll see what they'll do. They do have this juicy armor value 8 lineman here. That's a bit of an odd positioning.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a bit open. Like, you can just walk the guy in and
yeah. I mean, dwarves aren't that fast, but they are they're
physically in the way in his dwarves. But that's a pretty.
Okay, well, it's kind of blocking it now, though. I don't think anyone can actually, but it's still odd that the throwers in this square rather than the square to the right.
Yeah, one square to the right. Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out why.
And then that guy being there instead of one square to the right.
Okay, and that's. I mean, this is a setup for a 2-die against blitz, but I'm not sure why Weedbro is giving that 2-die against blitz when the orcs could just say no, you're not allowed to do a blitz. Because I'm pretty sure, yeah, we have a movement 5 blitzer here that could, if this guy is cleared out somehow. Actually, we have a troll slayer here though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, it's actually it's possible for the dwarves to reach that pocket if they get some lucky rolls in other places, but it seems weird to want to give that. I don't know.
Go on there with all.
Okay, so not unexpected. The guards are moving in here to give the troll slayer at least a 1-die on this blitzer here. Oh, I wonder, was there a possible chain? Is there a possible chain push if these guys were over here? I think I'm overthinking it, to be honest, but I don't know. Yeah, so if they can get another assist here, then this guy can be moved down. And then this dude, movement 7, can run in and blitz here. I don't know if they want to do that now. I guess we'll find out soon enough.
One of the dwarves has got
there we go.
Horrifying portrait. He's got his mouth open.
One of the orcs?
No, one of the dwarves. He's just like.
Is it? Oh, a blitz. Okay, yeah, that makes a bit.
It's number 2, Mr. Roman.
Yes.
Horrific.
What? It's one of those faces you're like, I've been to the dentist, check me out.
Yeah, he's like, he's still got the things that hold your mouth open in.
Yeah.
Because he found that easier to pour the beer in.
Dauntless failed into a push, but this is frenzy, so it gets to roll again. And it works the second time, and that's still a push.
That's a guard piece out of the mix, though.
More importantly, it's...
Oh, no, he's not. He's not a guard guy.
No.
They got rid of a regular guy. Never mind then.
Yeah, it's... most of the orcs are in position to move up. And some of the dwarves are kind of stuck back here with the black orcs now. So let's see what the orcs are up to. There are a lot of, well, there are a few available blocks.
They could surf the blitzer. I mean, not sure what that.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
one less blitzer.
Yeah, but it's nice though. It's difficult, but it's nice. And you get rid of a guard piece. Especially considering these guys back here are pretty safe for the most part anyways. Like, it's not... But that's not what's happening. Instead, the orcs move up. What? Oh, okay.
Poor little dwarf.
Not entirely sure why they're pushing into these guys, but I mean they're moving forward, and that's important. Oh, and the first double skull. Well, that's okay, and that this move does mean that this is a safe. It was a frenzy trap. Well, not a frenzy trap, but it was a 2-die into a 1-die, and then turned into 2-die into 2-die. Unfortunately, it didn't do much more than that. Now we'll see where the. I assume they're just gonna move the runner like up here somewhere, possibly, and then have. Okay. I feel like that's surfable, but I don't think it is. But I feel like there's somewhere you could surf that dude. Somehow. I mean, they
shove these three idiots out of the way. Up or down a square, I think.
They can surf the armor busted blitzer if they want, but it's just everything's slightly convoluted and difficult. See where I'm going to assume that this guy's gonna just go stand. Oh, okay. That's a thing. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I guess it kind of makes sense. This dude was in scoring position previously because plus movement. Oh. Okay. Interesting. No, this guy got knocked down here in the back. Block black orc. So that's probably why there wasn't a block. Let's see if the dwarves can do anything up here. They can definitely block the move busted blitzer. because they have a guard piece here, and then it's a question of... Oh, that's might be rerolled. Because it's one of those cases, if you push this piece back, you suddenly have an open space to go hit the... Well, or you could just do that. I was going to say, you could have... Oh, now you can surf this dude if you want.
Yeah.
But
get
then...
stupid thrower out the way.
Yeah, but they can't... the Black Orc... No, the Dwarves can't really do that right now because the only available piece is this Frenzy piece here. And the Frenzy piece has Dauntless, which is great, but it also means Frenzy always follows up, so then the Troll Slayer is just going to get surfed on the next turn. Because that's how that works.
Just wondering if they can... No.
Well, what they can do...
It's the world's sickest chain push. Get all three of these guys out one after the other.
Okay, so that's the Blitz. Which means we're not going to get the world's sickest chain push. Unfortunately. It's like these dwarves are playing to win.
Classic dwarves.
Yeah, rather than play to show everyone how cool they are.
Wow. That's because they're not very cool.
Ah, I see what you're doing. Okay, we'll probably see some blocks down here on the Black Orcs, I would assume. There are some available options here. It's 2 dice into 1 dice, but it's still good. That's a POW. That does free up this kind of scary long beard over here that could just, well, actually just run over here, I guess, and be annoying. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, if this Longbeard makes the run here, let's... Oh, yeah. Then this is now a 2 die. Oh, went for the armor busted. Classy move. Fortunately, rolled an 8, needed a 9. But I do feel like the orcs are actually getting more threatened than I expected. They're still 10 versus 10 on the pitch here. So there are the same amount of dwarves as there are orcs. But that was a decent turn by the dwarves. We'll see how the orcs respond. Of course, they don't want to score until turn 8 regardless. You can probably score on turn 7 too. These are dwarfs. They're slow as... Well, they're really slow. There we go. Knock down the Troll Slayer. The wise move on not following up. The problem here is that this Black Orc can't actually position himself in a way where the Black Orc is not surfable by the Troll Slayer now. So that's not very fun for the Black Orc, but what are you going to do? It also means because this was the Blitz, these guys can only stand up, and no one can really block around here, which might be a bit dangerous. Of course, this dude, this guy can surf this this Blitzer by pushing back, pushing the Blitzer over here, and then getting pushed over here, and then using this dude to push him out. No, not that dude, but this dude. Because that dude just stood up.
You just need to get the shove in.
Mm-hmm. But, I mean, the problem for the orcs at the moment is that they need to do some blocks. And even once they've done the blocks, because the dwarves managed to knock a few of the orcs down, the ball carrier is not going to be super duper safe, or there might be some pushing involved at some point. And I'm just waiting for something to react to.
Ooh. Sneezy, sneezy.
Ooh, ooh. There's also, let's not forget, there's also the wizard, but I don't think the orcs don't really need to use the wizard at the moment. Let's see. Yeah, the blitzer is actually in scoring. Can score right now if they want. Oh, they decided to stand up this second blitzer here, which huh. Okay, this means that I don't know, actually, that doesn't actually. Okay, I guess it means that these guys just want to stay put here for a turn, because I don't think otherwise they'd commit that hard to doing that. We'll see who they want to push where. Okay, so they're pushing the... Are there more than one armor-busted orc? Yeah, there are. Hang on. 1, 2. So there are 2 armor-busted orcs. 1 blitzer and 1 blind man. Okay, this is going for the quick touchdown here. Playing it as safe as possible, I guess. This
score early and often. Wants to get his KO back.
Yeah, but it also means that the KO
is
at least slightly risky.
Back, whereas the other guy is already back because he's was only badly hurt. A heal.
That means that the orcs are going to run with the goblin for the next few turns. I'm quite surprised about that. I didn't feel like the orcs were in that bad a position that they had to score quickly, and it does give the dwarves enough turns. They now have 5 to score in the first half, and that's definitely doable for the orcs. I mean the dwarves. We'll see what the orcs have as a counter offensive. Well, what their defensive strategy is, because it might be that Weedbro feels more comfortable on the defensive and then trying to steal the ball. I mean, the orcs aren't really known for being quick on their feet. I'm actually quite surprised that they've gone for that the one of the black orcs here on the LOS is without guard when there is an available guard black orc. But then again, it's on the end, so not having guard here, all that means is that this piece in the middle here is 1 strength weaker. Which in turn means that if they put 2 guard pieces here, this guy can get knocked down.
Dwarves in the white zones. Despicable.
Okay. My cat is, as always, slightly freaking out. Here comes the...
Grumpy as hell.
Yeah. The kickoff return. Brilliant coaching. More rerolls for the Orcs. This is an interesting setup. Well, actually, it probably means that... So there's the Troll Slayer here. Probably means that the Troll Slayers want to go for the Black Orcs. So clear out the lineman first with one of these long beards. Yeah, and then use the Troll Slayers to push to the side, so you can make sure that you're always going to have those 2 down blocks. Mighty Blow works well. Oh. The Dwarf that's marked for death, I guess, got a stun off, because I don't understand why you'd want to tattoo kill on your back. Makes no sense.
It's because someone wanted to do a kick me sign. But yeah, got out of hand.
I just assumed it's like someone else has gone off, chase the Troll Slayer down. It's like, I'm gonna kill you later. I'm just gonna write this to remind myself.
Oh, you dwarves look alike to me.
Yeah, because I feel like if you wanted to be like a hard ass dwarf, you wouldn't tattoo kill, you'd tattoo like death or something. Surely. So that's why I'm going for that someone else did it approach. And we'll see. So this this other Troll Slayer here is in position to block the Black Orc, but it's if the Dauntless fails, it's a 1 die into a 1 die. If it succeeds, it's a it's a 2 die into 1 die. Assuming, of course, the Dauntless don't succeed. Here we go. Oh, that's Dub Skulls. That's not fun for the Dwarves. They are probably... Yep. And that's also not fun for the Dwarves. So they are down to 1 reroll with 4 turns to go. That might be problematic for them, depending on how badly they roll later on. But that does mean that there is at least a slight possibility... Well, actually, these guys here to the side of the number 2 Black Orc Alpha Stomp Blondie, they don't have guards, so this Black Orc can just go stand next to the Bolt Carrier if he wants. Probably. Possibly, I guess would be the correct word. But we'll see. Weedbro is still thinking about it.
Apparently there was a thing where he disconnected and had to reconnect.
Oh. There we go. The Black Orc makes it and is now basing the Bolt Carrier. The Dwarfs can, of course. They should be able to deal with this. They do have a Troll Slayer here that can frenzy the Black Orc. Well, not out of the way, but at least get some decent shots at knocking the Black Orc down. And this guy can stand up and we can have a blitzer. So, but it stops the momentum of the Dwarf Cage, which, to be fair, is really slow to begin with. But they're probably not going to make that much progress in the next turn, at least. Ethan, I've discovered something.
What?
So I put a nice bowl of peppers in my fridge, but it's been too cold, so now it's a nice bowl of peppers with an ice cube in it, which means that the drinkable Pepsi is extra sweet.
Yeah.
And I don't want that, but also takes forever for it to actually thaw this freaking ice cube.
Yeah, like any way you're gonna do it to melt it quicker is just gonna make the rest of it warm, and it's gonna be no good.
Yeah,
It'll make it go flat, and you'll be like, ugh,
yeah,
syrup. Ugh.
Basically, whatever I do, I lose. So,
just gotta wait it out. Just gotta wait it out.
It's a sad state of when it comes to soda drinking. I wish it wasn't like this. Nice aggressive line from the orcs here, moving most of their guard pieces up to be really annoying, and I think it's probably going to be hard for the dwarves to actually break through here.
I think they're gonna do it.
You think they're gonna? I have a hard time seeing where they would break through though. Like, they don't necessarily need to move now, but on turn 6 they kind of have to move. They have to either go straight through, which is probably not happening, or pick a side. They do have this nice Longbeard here out on the left-hand side. Can blitz down this stinky goblin with the tackle and mighty blow. Okay, here comes the Dauntless, and it's successful. Okay. Not the push I expected, to be honest. I expected the guard piece here to be moved back, mostly so that the Longbeard standing next to the ball carrier had an easier time blocking. Okay. So I'm sad that the dwarves didn't. Well, to be fair, the dwarves really couldn't go for the goblin unless they wanted to dodge out with a Longbeard, and that's just not happening. A nice stun though on Jimmy Beatdown Cliff. And an injury. Okay, that's the first injury for the dwarves. It's a miss next. This might not be Appo just because it is a miss next. It's a difficult choice. It is a guard piece though, and no Appo used.
No, he's letting it slide.
Yeah, very disciplined. Also, a bit unfortunate for the dwarves, but it's one of the weaker pieces on the team. Having more guard, of course, really good, but armor busted, guard lineman, difficult. We'll see what they'll do next here, though. Like, it seems pretty clear that the dwarves aren't really going to be moving anywhere. But they at least have to move the bolt carrier somewhere else, because the bolt carrier is currently right next to a black orc that can just stand up and blitz. And it might actually be hard to figure out a good place to move the bolt carrier. Okay, just moved one place back. Yeah, that's probably the safest place. Still not committing to a side here. And that's a skull. And that dwarf is gonna go lie down for a bit. This is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so the goblin can actually base the runner from here. I'm not sure that's something the orcs are interested in, but it is a viable option. Next turn, the dwarves are definitely gonna have to move somewhere. And that is probably gonna split them up, at least somewhat, because there are dwarves on both sides here. It's a nice knockdown from the Bob the Basher Marley. Oh, hang on. That's a very nice knockdown because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That means there's a 1 die. There's a 1 die blitz on the ball carrier here. Let's see if the orcs want to do anything about that. They might also be able to move this piece up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's a bit risky. That's a bit risky though, because this is a 1 die or it's probably a dodge actually. With the reroll, so it's a block here and then a dodge with the reroll to go stand over here. And this guy can go run over here. But that might be something the orcs are looking into doing because they're... Oh, okay, so it's the 1 die. And a 2. And that's enough, and that's a push. They do have 2 rerolls. It might not be... Nope, not worth it. Let's see where the push goes. Can either decide to push into the... Yeah, pushing into the block black orc here. So a bit easier for the dwarves to deal with probably. But yeah, the runner is kind of stuck, for lack of a better word, in the middle of a lovely green orc sandwich.
It's in the mix.
Yeah. Let's see if the... I don't think this goblin has moved since, like, in the last 3 turns. Probably because Weedbro doesn't want the goblin to suffer a catastrophic injury at the hands of the dwarves, since most of them have tackle and many of them have mighty blow. But also at this point, I don't think the goblin is doing very much where the goblin currently is, and but we'll see. Change the camera angle to see if we can see anything. And here comes the... Oh,
here comes the goblin.
Yeah, no, it kind of makes sense. It means that having the goblin stand here means that the runner can't go help out here, around here, which would probably been good.
Doesn't want to go near the goblin. No. Filthy little devil.
Knock down the other blitzer, but it also means that there's currently not anyone here now. So if through some miraculous pushing or just good block results, it's kind of hard to see what's actually going on in all of these here in the middle of the scrum. But imagine the dwarves were able to push all the orcs away, then they could have a cage around here somewhere possibly. But this is definitely the turn for the dwarves to do something. I'm gonna go back to normal view here. And this is kind of neat. Unfortunately, no guard or dwarves are currently next to this big black orc here that the Troll Slayer probably wants to push down. This push here means that they could push the orcs back 2 squares. And would, for the most part, open up this side. And then this Troll Slayer could just blitz this other piece off. Okay, here we go. Dauntless. Oh, and getting the knockdown they wanted, which is nice. But it also means that the runner is actually...
Oh,
and a KO.
Very nice.
Yeah, that's actually really... this is a debatable apple at this point. Not using it though, because it would mean that that piece is probably coming back the next turn. We'll see. The problem for the dwarves at the moment, of course, is twofold. There's still a blitzer basing the runner, but the runner can now blitz free if the runner wants to. Unfortunately, the runner can't really go forward then, because there are a bunch of tackle zones here from the orcs, which they have to get rid of. But we'll see. And they might actually... Well, they're not going to be able to...
Oh, little shove.
Yeah.
Dwarves gotta hurry.
Okay, yeah, so the dwarves can actually clear this out, but then... Oh, that is not what they wanted, and they're down to only 1 reroll. That's... Oh, that is... Yeah, okay. Rerolling that, realizing that if that black orc gets to stay there, the runner can't move down, and that in turn means that there's not really that much left for the dwarves to do, because that also blocks this path, even if they were to. Oh! And a stun. That's very nice. Okay, so now there is an available path here for the runner, but then the question is the runner going to be safe? And the answer is no. No, the runner's not going to be safe. Oh, maybe. Actually, I spoke too soon, I think, because wisely, Napier decided to go to the left here, meaning that the free piece over here can just about reach with 2 GFIs, but with the last reroll use, you probably don't want to have this guy fall down. And of course, actually, that dude does not have a does not have dodge. But you know what? I think the dwarves can be pretty pleased about that. What's my guess for what's going to happen next is that the quick blitzer here is going to run down, base the runner, and then we'll probably see a dodge from Jimmy beat down Cliff with a dodge out and 2 GFIs to blitz the ball loose. Let's just have a quick look and see here. So 3 out for the orcs currently versus, well, 1. They started at 12, both of them. So only 9 orcs on the pitch right now versus...
is 7. 7 orcs? That's about right. 7. 1 elf, 7 orcs. That seems like the exchange rate.
Yep, I definitely think that's the exchange rate.
5 for the cage.
Yeah.
And then 2 more to cause a ruckus.
Yeah. Okay, so push down the black orc here, but I don't think the black orc's gonna do much because agility 2.
Yeah, they need to, like, unless he's gonna blitz that guy and then waddle down.
Yeah.
He's not dodging away from him.
But we'll see. Yeah, okay, so clever orc play here, realizing that if the actual blitz goes well, there needs to be someone in scoring position, so moving one of the blitzers into that scoring position. Because we're not talking, well, I mean, we're talking all the time, but I get a sense of, hang on. The Demi B-Town Cliff that I thought would be the one blitzing has actually just stood up and is definitely not blitzing. So does that mean no one's gonna blitz?
It's gonna.
No, it means that the Black Orc's gonna blitz. What?
Yeah.
I mean, it's still, we say that like it's not possible, but it is a 4+. So it's a 50-50, so it's a 75% shot.
Yeah.
This with, and then, so it's a 50-50, and then there has to be a reroll. But that reroll is at least, yeah, it would push the runner over here. I don't know if that's the mathematically the safer move. Someone in stream chat will have to do the math for us. What's better here, a 4+ and a 2+, or a 3+, 2+, 2+? Because I think this piece does have frenzy, but the reach would have just been there wouldn't have been enough movement for the second block anyways. So I assume we're just gonna see we'll see one of these longbeards probably run down and blitz free the ball carrier. Possibly. I mean, the Dwarfs do not actually have to score right now, and that's...
That's he slipped on his bungus.
Very, yeah. And I talked about this a few turns ago. Losing all of those rerolls earlier meant that the one does stop the touchdown here. The Orcs still have the possibility of, and they still have a reroll of blitzing here. And if that fails, they have a second to die, which might be the case. Last turn, Weedbro did not think that was the best move, but we'll see.
If he scores, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and oh, here we go, another failed dodge. That's a 2.
He's poor.
And rerolled into
a
1.
Flat on his back.
Yeah. So, but I don't think there was much else that the Orcs could have done that turn. That was like the first available move, and I guess that just goes to show that sometimes it doesn't matter how many rerolls you have. This is turn 8 for the Dwarfs. If they want to score, they need to do that now. It should be a blitz if this is as a knockdown, and then it's a, but that's actually dodged, so that's not going to be a follow-up, which instead means that there is a GFI here. So if this is a 1, nope,
nailed it.
Yeah, and that's something the Dwarves can be proud of, going 1-1 in the first half after a quick touchdown by the Orcs. Good for them. That's going to put the Weebro and the Orcs at a definite disadvantage coming into the second half here. They both have more pieces knocked out in the KO box and in the injury compared to the Dwarfs, but they might be coming back. Guess we'll find out as soon as I refill my cup of tea, which I'm going to do right now.
Half-time refreshments.
Okay, so I mean the good news is that Bloodweiser Babes wouldn't have done anything because that's a 1 and a 2 on the KO rolls.
They wouldn't have done anything because they're Bloodweiser babes.
Yeah. The thing I wanted to talk about was the fact that both teams still have that wizard, and one of the possibilities for the orcs on the last turn there was to start their turn with a wizard. And
yeah, lightning bolt him.
If the lightning bolt would have worked, I don't think there would have been enough movement for the runner, regardless of what the result on the knockdown actually was, to pick it up and run in and score. But it's a yeah. So that might have been an option, but then again, everyone's been rolling a bit shit when it comes to dodging and stuff, and KO rolls clearly, so it might just have failed. Okay, and that's a short kick and a high kick, which should help the dwarfs, but it also means that, of course, the orcs should be able to just run in and look at them. Stupid soda. Stupid ice cube. Stop being in my bottle.
Can't believe you just wanted some syrupy caffeine and it's the laws of physics have betrayed you like this. You should write a letter to Newton, strongly worded.
No, I should write a letter to the agency I rent from, because this freezer is just too cold. Or not freezer, fridge. It's on the lowest setting. It shouldn't be freezing anything.
Well, that's the lowest setting.
Well,
it's making the temperature go to the lowest.
Well, okay, the highest setting then.
That's making the temperature go to the lowest.
Well, I'm not putting it in the middle just to be safe.
Well, sounds like you need to crack out that instruction manual. Find out which end is the good end.
I know which end is the good end. It's the one I'm using. My fridge is busted.
Well, as long as it doesn't wet itself like mine did.
No, it doesn't. Yet.
Yeah, you'll be alright. You'll be alright then.
I don't know if this situation counts as being alright.
It's very distressing having the frozen peppers. Yeah,
very much. Okay, look at these dwarves being very aware that there's a fireball in the area.
Yeah. I was just gonna say that's a nice fireball. It's a fireball-proof design. That poor orc. Did he deserve that?
Nothing. These dwarfs are ruthless. That's what they are.
At least nobody's got a funny stadium. Because that would make them truly ruthless.
That's true.
Is the goblin out and about?
Yeah.
Yeah, there he is. Weird little fella. It's okay. He might level up from this game. Just in time to get put in the wood chipper.
Okay, let's see what the orcs are up to. They have two options, kind of. They can just try and, I guess. Oh, it's almost a surf. But it's not a surf. So sad. Let's see if this blitzer actually put some pressure on the cage. No, it didn't. Oh, a foul. And that's one less orc on the team. And that's a big hole here in the Dwarf lineup. It was still, I feel like that's still, it's a decent enough foul. The Goblin probably wouldn't do that much against this Dwarf team anyways, considering it's a Goblin. But that's unfortunate. People or players do get ejected on what's essentially a 1 in 6 chance. They have to roll doubles. Well, it's if you actually break if you break armor, it's actually higher because then you of course have 2 attempts to roll doubles, and you can get ejected on either. But when you fail, it's 1 in 6. See what the Dwarfs do here. Oh, they actually go. It seems like they're gonna go on the right, which I didn't expect. It seems so much easier to go on the left, but maybe it's different if I switch to Dwarf view. Does it look nicer? Yeah, I guess it does, kind of ish. It's easier to get over here. So now I'm sure some people are going to be confused, but I just switched sides on my view here. So now we're watching the Dwarves play upwards rather than the Orcs. Oh, look at that fast runner. Look at him go.
Waddling around at the speed of light.
Mm-hmm. It might actually... Hang on, though. Because I'm pretty sure that... Yeah, so this blitzer plus movement blitzer here should be able to dodge out and at least do 1 die block on this runner. And this runner is decent at holding the ball. If in fact, hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so if the Orcs really wanted to, they could get a 2 die on the blitzer with a dodge and 2 GFIs and then a dodge here. That's nothing that's really stopping them from doing that. Which might be an option. Of course, the other option is to just lightning bolt the runner. Because the it's one of those things when you actually do buy a wizard, you have to remember to use it. Oh, and that's yeah.
Well, at least he's still on the pitch protecting the little fella.
Yeah, it is actually kind of important because the fact that the Troll Slayer's there means that the Orcs no longer have the ability to get that extra assist on the if they wanted to blitz the runner. One, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, they don't even have to. Hang on. Okay, yeah, they do. I was gonna say they don't have to do a dodge here, but it's a well, actually, no, they don't. This guy stands up. This black orc goes over here. This thrower can then 2 die block this Troll Slayer. The Troll Slayer is going to end up over here, but it does free up this blitzer to run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, eliminating the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so it's actually... There are some options, basically. But we'll see what happens here. The good news for the orcs currently is that there's no dwarf that's actually in scoring position. So regardless of how good or how badly this turn goes, the dwarves can't score. And this is the final, so they don't want to score on turn 11 anyways.
They want to hold on as long as possible.
Yep.
And sneak it in right at the end. I would say giving the orcs 2 turns would be reasonable.
Oh, what? Okay. I'm pretty confused about that. I don't understand. Okay. Why was that the move? I'm guessing the orcs didn't feel like putting a 1 die on the 1 die blitz on the bolt carrier was safe or reliable enough, instead electing to, which I guess I can understand the position of, okay, they can't score, I'm standing next to an armor value 8 piece here. If I can knock this piece out, it's gonna help a lot against my my stronger black orcs, because the troll slaves have dauntless. Oh, that's... Oh, that's a mistake. Yeah, so... Because the thrower here does not have block. And the dwarves had a choice between both down, which is negated by block, of course, and a push. And elected to use the push instead of the both down. The only reason I can see for doing that is that you want the Longbeard here, because the Longbeard has guard to give assists on the Black Orc. But that wouldn't be enough anyways, and I don't think the... Huh. I wonder what the reasoning for that was. I'm going to assume it was a misclick. God knows I've made a bunch of those. Here we go. And just a stun.
This is a real ruckus.
Yeah, and here we have the second guard assist from the dwarves. The bolt carrier moving back, trying to secure up the cage. And this should let the dwarves block the black orc, which I guess was the plan from the start. That's just a push, and then we'll see what happens with that. You can now, oh, pushing the orcs further away.
Poor orcs. They just want to get close.
Okay, so we do have this blitzer here in the back still. Game 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Can, with a dodge, go stand next to the ball carrier if he wants to. Could then possibly be surfed by the ball carrier in this Troll Slayer. Seems like the orcs might just be trying to stall this out as late as possible. Yeah, I don't really know what the orcs' plan here is. If it's to just try and hold the line and have the dwarves make a mistake, or just wait until they can find a safer opening to blitz the ball carrier. The ball carrier does have a lot of skills, but none of them. The only bash related one is block. So the ball carrier does go down on a defender stumbles and a foul. So essentially a 5+ if it's a 1 die.
This is still a big ruckus.
Yeah,
it's moved 5 squares down from being a middle ruckus, a line of scrimmage ruckus, but so we got a mess.
The
dwarf's gonna do the thing. Are they gonna do the rare dwarf ball?
I don't know. I don't know what their actual end goal is here. That's very close to breaking armor. Rolling a 9. Needs an 11. No, actually needs a 10. So there are some like that's probably not gonna get re-rolled. Doesn't really need to be re-rolled. Assuming the thrower is not injured here, because yeah. So being knocked down here is actually quite good in the sense that it does block this path between the blitzer, beanie, whoop ass man, and Apache wreck Indian. And we know how the dwarves hate to dodge. Okay, and it seems like the dwarves are still okay with just waiting this one out, which I guess makes sense. They have a pretty speedy runner, so they probably only need to move on like turn 14. If they can hold out here for another turn or two, then that's probably good enough for them. Because they might move the line here with the 2 guard pieces and the Troll Slayer up, though, just to be able to get those blocks in. But we'll see how this goes. Debating on whether to push the black orc following up. Okay, that's interesting. I'm not sure why, because that means there hasn't been a blitz, no. But it means that the Troll Slayer here can't actually blitz the Blitzer, because it'd be a 2 die into a 1 die. But they might not care about doing that. They might just want to, because they are actually like, if this Troll Slayer here, number 2, just moves into the corner here, it moves 2 steps to the right of where he's currently standing, or like 2 steps into the middle of the pitch, and stand up the other Troll Slayer, then the runner is actually quite safe again.
Oh, here comes the Dwarf.
A really speedy Dwarf.
Got him.
That is an odd push, though, because so it frees up this black orc. That means the black orc can run down here and block the Troll Slayer, and then just go back again. It doesn't follow up, and it means this blitzer here can just run up and base the thrower. But then again, the orcs haven't really been playing that aggressively to try and pressure the runner, so maybe that's not a thing. Look at the positioning here on the orc side. So still, I mean, pretty solid from the orcs. It's hard for the dwarves to break through too. And I think whenever you can see the icons, yeah, here we. Oh, that's a dub skull. I don't think that's worth debating that long to reroll. I would reroll that.
So you'd slam that button in a second.
Well, I mean, it's not like if you actually just eat it, you still have the reroll. And then the question is, can they score next turn? No, they can't. So, like, this is not a catastrophic failure. But, it's difficult. I'm wondering if someone timed out again, because the waiting period shouldn't really be this long for these two. So maybe we're in some kind of pause again. That's kind of hard to tell. But you know what, Ethan? It gives me the option to run and get even more. Oh, there we go. Reroll. Phew. Okay. Yep. And there we go. The orcs are finally getting what they want. A badly hurt and no Apo left. That means that Troll Slayer is out of there. And it does mean that this blitzer can go up and base the runner. Which I guess we'll find out soon enough if that actually happens. But so that's 4 out in total versus 1. So there are now 8 orcs on the pitch versus the 10 dwarves on the pitch. That's looking slightly better for the dwarves. I guess it's also important to point out that I've been saying that the dwarves can move slightly later, which is true, but the the orcs does still have this wizard. So if they move too slowly, the orcs might just lightning bolt on turn 16 and fail the pickup and then extend it at least slightly longer. This might also be one of those cases where you can run... I talk about running the plus movement blitzer from the orcs down next to the bolt carrier a lot, because I like that move. The problem with that move is that you're bound to be blitzed by this troll slayer here. But one option would be to run the blitzer up, stand next to the bolt carrier, and then at the end of the turn, lightning bolt the bolt carrier and be like, yeah, screw you. Now you have to deal with picking the ball up. But that's also more of a YOLO play than actually, you know, I really want to win this final play, I think.
Well, sometimes you gotta decide what sort of final you're gonna play.
Yeah.
A winning one or a cool one?
One where you get the audience on your side.
Well, you do that by not picking the dwarves.
That's true. Okay. Good news, Ethan. I need to get more tea, so now you get to, now you get to be the one to talk about what's going on.
What's going on is this dwarf with the ball. He hasn't moved for like 3 turns. Classic dwarf. It's okay, they've been shoving the orcs around that like they have actually made progress. Like you guys can't see where I'm mousing over and looking, but if you imagine the thing that's sort of a cage but it doesn't have the ball in, so it's shipping crate, then cat box. Yeah, cat box. The dwarf cat box. Like they have managed to push the orcs out a little bit, but the orcs are doing the green elf screen.
Good news, got more tea. Oh, that's a stun. Which is okay, because that means the dude's still on the pitch. It'll be interesting to see where the dwarves move now, because the green elf screen is pretty effective of kind of stopping them in their tracks if they want to make sure that they're not too clumped up, because of course they could be more clumped up, which would normally be really strong, but because there are still wizards around, I'm pretty sure the both the orcs and the dwarves were like, no, we're not gonna, there's not gonna be a bunch of us standing in a 3x3 square because we're gonna get fireballed, and that would be pretty horrendous. But I think it also means that as soon as someone throws out a fireball, which probably is not going to happen, and then steal the ball, then the answer is going to be in kind with the lightning bolt for the ball to be grabbed again. Okay, here we go. Are we going to get a surf? No, that's a failed dauntless. That's a 1 die. Oh, that's still... That is still a surf. And an injury.
Finally. What
Let's see.
Been waiting for.
Badly
hurt.
Orc. And that's the Apo being used. Let's see. So, how much... Oh, apparently I switched over to... Where is the... So here's the Frenzy Blitzer on the orc side. So this is... This is slightly problematic for the... It's not that problematic. This Troll Slayer needs to move back 1. That's...
He's safe and toasty there.
Well...
It's like they'd have to get rid of all these other weird fellas. No, wait, yeah.
Well, no, I mean, stand up the guard piece here and just dodge out with the frenzy piece and surf him. So we're now down to 7 versus 10. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, that troll slayer. He's... Oh, actually.
Oh. The dodge failed. Rerolled.
He's got a tighten up
Yeah,
the thing.
the dodge worked. But that's just... Oh, it is a blitz.
It
Oh,
is a
no!
blitz, it's just not telling us.
Boo! Boo!
Sometimes you just wish that the dude had dodge.
Yeah. Can't believe Nuffle taunts us like that.
No, I can.
And as soon as the orcs start dodging, it goes badly. But the question is, can the dwarfs score? And the answer is no.
I don't
No, they
think the
can't.
orcs have ever...
No, I'm the dwarfs.
Dodged
Did I say
good.
orcs? No. No. The only piece that like they're all pretty shit at dodging, but we'll probably see more serfs here. Yep. Oh, no. Well. No one's allowed to be served. I mean, I feel like the orcs are still definitely in this, but they are at a quite large disadvantage at the moment. Trying to figure out how they can surf this troll slayer. They just have to dodge with the Apache Indian and then do a GFI. So I don't really think it's worth it, but they can do it.
Someone needs to wizard. That dwarf is going to get two squares closer to the end zone. And that's when that's too far. He's going to get lightning. Just pow,
Yep.
right in the kisser.
Right in the kisser. So the other option here is actually to move the guard piece forward and then blitz with the... Oh no, this is a frenzy piece. You don't want to blitz with that. If you can help it. You can't... Well, you can't really help it. No, you have to blitz with that if you want to blitz. Oh. There we go.
That poor orc having to punch that dwarf like that.
Yeah. Oh. What the? Okay.
Don't. He's Cajun. He's helping.
I'm just surprised he went for the GFI there, but I think it's because otherwise this dwarf could just stand up and give an assist. Or just blitz, and then the piece will do free again. Oh, here we go. Nope. Just a stun. Still, a stun is a stun. So... Oh! We've actually got some... we got some proper pressure from the green elves now. The dwarves are kind of hemmed in. Okay, so moving the blitzer up here. The dwarves are actually in a kind of strange situation right now because they still have some guard pieces, but they're all in bad positions compared to like where they should be. So it's hard to, especially now, it's going to be hard to blitz or block away these forward pieces to run through if they wanted to try and clear a path. All they can do is stand them up and do 1-die blocks, which is probably good enough because it's turn 15 and the dwarves still have 2 rerolls.
And a wizard.
And a wizard.
That dwarf got to move it. That ball's got to move at least 1 square.
Yep. I mean, it's also, this is the finals, of course. There's overtime.
Yeah, unless there is overtime, and then, well, then it's dwarf hell.
But we'll see what happens here. Because now this black orc is suddenly free to blitz the ball carrier if the black orc wants to. So the ball carrier still has to move. There we go. That is a... To be fair, on turn 15, that might be a tasty fireball. Unfortunately, the orcs can't really score in 2 turns because of the setup, so probably... Oh, well, there we go. Boom. Okay, so 1 stun. Is that all? Hang on. So, let's see here.
1 stun
Fireball,
on 1
failure,
neutral
success, failure, failure. Okay, so... Wait, what? Fireball, 4+, failure. Success. Failure.
Over the 6.
Oh, it's... I think it's missing... Like, it's missing one of the fireball rolls
So, okay.
here. Because 2 got knocked down, I think. Right?
Fireball, failure, success, failure.
Here we go, but that's a POW.
Yeah, he's missing one. Like, he has 2
Yeah.
armor rolls from one
Oh,
thing.
and that's just a stun, but that is the runner. That's not who you want stunned. And this blitzer is still free to not pick the ball up, but at least be on the ball, and so can this. Oh, this is. That still, for the most part, worked out for them. Of course, the same is true for the orcs now. If they move too many pieces around the ball, then we'll probably see another fireball. But I don't think that's necessary at the moment, because most of the dwarves are all of a sudden laying down. Having
The downside of having used this fireball is he's reminded the dwarves that they've got one as well.
Mm-hmm. But regardless of what happens, I think it's safe to say that this is going into overtime, because no one's going to be able to score in the next 3 turns or 2 turns. Oh, here we go. Ah, just a stun. But stun is better than nothing. So they waited to the last minute, but they got some real good use out of that fireball. There is currently no one in scoring range for any team. The best bet for the orcs next turn is probably, I mean, they do have get medieval mouse, the blodge plus movement sure hands runner, that might be able to secure the ball and just run the fuck away from the dwarves. Because if no one knocks this piece down, and there aren't that many there aren't that many dwarves around the ball. I mean, there's going to be at least one. Well, actually, maybe not. Yeah, it's going to go stand over here probably. Then this blitzer should be able to outrun the dwarves. Then the blitzer is going to get lightning bolted, but still.
Here comes a stinky dwarf.
The fact that we have 2 stunned dwarves here just right next to the 2 orcs that are standing by the ball, that's really good for the orcs. Oh
yeah, like there's actually a sizable physical barrier stopping.
Holy shit!
From getting in.
That's okay. I don't know why that wasn't rerolled, because granted, you may want to save the reroll for later, but now this piece is free too. And this guy didn't stand up. So there are no dwarfs on the ball. There are no dwarf tackle stones on the ball. Still lightning bolt, but if the dwarves can't reach, it's gonna still be difficult. Oh, this is interesting. Let's see if I really want the orcs to move this blitzer. But this is probably the best the orcs have looked in a long time. Oh, hang on, house? I wish I keep forgetting how how the next turn ends. Do we just get a third one, or is it extended? It's extended, right? I'm pretty sure it's extended.
I don't know. I
Because
think
we
it
have this
extends
conversation. We have this
every
conversation.
time.
We have this conversation all the time. The
Yeah.
thrower here for the orcs. So what they, I guess, what they might be going for is just to pick it up and then throw it, like to get it away from the dwarves. Overtime is a new kickoff, they say. Okay. Then, yeah.
That's how it is in the rule book.
Yeah. See,
Like,
this is
how...
we've casted too much Chaos Edition.
Yeah,
where
it's fucking wrong.
Where shit's wrong. No, that's not actually true. It's the other way around. We haven't casted enough Blood Bowl 2. Oh, and the freaking orcs are staying out. No, they're not. Okay. Was that... Oh, are they... How many dwarves are there? That was... Okay, that showed weirdly on the... That showed weird... Okay, here we go.
And... Nailed it.
We'll see who... So, the dwarves decided to receive. And they are down to 1 runner. They've got 2 out, so they're playing with 10. And so are the orcs. So it's 10v10. Now, the dwarves still have 2 rerolls and a wizard. So that's good for them. But this is not looking... Like, it looked a lot worse for the orcs just a few turns ago. I think this is back to being anyone's game now. Well, the... This is a bit of an odd setup, though.
Again, I believe it's 1 more half of 8 turns, and then shootout.
Okay, this is a very aggressive stance from the orcs. Being just 1 away means that if they're unlucky on the kickoff, they're all gonna get knocked down.
Gonna get slammed.
Mm-hmm. One troll slayer, 1 runner's out. Which, that's pretty rough for the dwarves, actually.
Are they the good ones?
Especially compared to a line orc and the goblin on the orc side.
Both the troll slayers are good, but it's not the plus movement runner.
No.
Yeah, so it's the skilled up slayer.
Yeah.
And the regularly good runner, not the fast runner.
Mm-hmm. But of course, the problem for the fast runner is that the dwarves have been caging a lot, and they can't really. If the runner tries to make use of them, see, there we go.
Queg snap.
Now, let's see if they're gonna get punished for this. It's actually kind of hard to punish them. Well, this piece can move down here. So there are some ways to do it. Nope, but I guess... I could have moved down and blocked these two pieces by moving this piece down here and this piece here. And then move this piece over if they needed to. But oh, that's unfortunate for the dwarves. That's just woo.
Ooh,
Okay.
3 skull.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Getting some from a dub skull to double pow.
Classic turnaround.
Mm-hmm. And the setup for the okay, not using the troll stair here. Now this troll stair here can blitz the thrower and push him around, and then these other two can clear out this blitzer, which would make a nice semi-cage for the runner if they needed one. Going for the 1 die, okay. Oh, and another dub skull. Okay, so that gives the orcs a straight blitz onto the ball carrier if they want to. It's a 1 die with a GFI, but that's better than what they've had for most of the game, to be honest. And the wrestler piece is back. Maybe the wrestler piece had been here all along. Well, no. It's got KO'd a while ago. But the wrestler piece should be really good against the dwarfs. Because wrestle. I'm pretty sure what the dwarves are actually debating at the the orcs are debating at the moment is what to do, because it seems like the blitz on the runner is pretty obvious, but the question is, what do you do before that, and what do you do with the rest of the players? Do you just base the dwarves again to make sure they don't move, or do you try and move them around a bit to put more pressure onto the ball carrier? It seems like, okay, here we go. Some movement from the orcs at least. My cat is freaking out. Hi, Thursday. Do you want to come down here?
Having a good time.
Yeah, do you want to watch Blood Bowl with me, Ethan? She seems indifferent about Blood Bowl.
Well, that's because she's a cat. They always seem indifferent, even when they're thoroughly engrossed.
So far, okay. It seems like... Yeah, so shoring up the edges a bit and making it harder for the dwarves to move around. Which makes sense for the... Oh, here comes the blitz. See if it works out. And a 3 and a push. Which is, to be honest, not that bad. The dwarves aren't fast, and eliminating, putting pressure on the runner and forcing the dwarves to run back to help secure the ball is... It's going to be good. Like, it's not... I'm trying my best to pet this cat, but it's hard. Because... no. Okay, but I feel like that's... No one fell down, and no one... And the orcs didn't suffer turnover, so... That's still pretty decent. The question is, what do you do with the blitzer here in the back, and what do you do with this frenzy blitzer over here? My cat is really bad at being petted. She's like, no, I need to move around and lay down on the other side. Okay,
I need to wriggle and writhe.
This is probably the I think this is the first turn where someone's actually almost properly ran out of time.
Ever in the history of BB2.
This is true.
Oh, look at that little dwarf.
Yeah, so fast. That's a power, but every block means that there's one more longbeard that is not going to be able to run back and help secure the ball. Thursday has now, by the way, decided to put her head on my arms. And
classic.
Yeah, it's so that I definitely can't pet her anymore. And then she's like looking at me going like, why aren't you petting me? Like, because you're stopping me. Blitz running back. Oh, that's a pow. That's unfortunate for the orcs, but it's not, doesn't break armor. So he's
just gonna get up and do it again.
And that means there's still quite a large threat for this runner. Okay, going back into what probably the pretty safe move. A proper cage in the middle of the pitch here. Oh, and actually followed up. Interesting. I'm not in a bucket. I just moved my face away so I can pet Thursday. That's what's happening at the moment. Okay. Petting time over because Thursday left the desk. Okay, so this is an interesting position because with the way these are positioned, with a lucky POW here, this black orc can knock down this longbeard, push it back, then push this longbeard over here, partly clearing a path for this dude to stand up and blitz the runner. Almost. I think. Who's actually blocking here? Yeah. Oh. Okay. Not what I expected, but... Can the same thing be done over here? Yes. Kind of. But not if that happens. So, pushing back against the dwarves here. Seems like this is once again turning into a scrim. Unfortunately for the dwarves, the black orc or the orcs have all of their black orcs, which is problematic now that the dwarves only have one troll slayer left. Okay, here comes a blitz, which is another push skull. See what the see if the. I don't think the black orc's going to follow up on that. Possibly just take one step forward.
Someone's about to get blocked.
Well, I mean, that happens every turn, but yes.
That's how you know it's a good prediction.
That's a fair point.
I'm using history to predict future patterns and behaviours. It's called precedent.
That I mean, that's why you're the co-caster.
It's not prescience, it's precedent. Words.
This
That poor orc.
well, it'll be interesting to see how long the dwarves deem this position to be safe, because a lot of them are tied up currently and can't do much. They might be able to recreate the cage to the right-hand side here if you're watching from the orc's perspective, because there is a free Longbeard over here, and there is of course a free Troll Slayer, which is no longer that free. But knock down the wrestle line work.
Dwarves are going to adjust to go down the right side.
I guess we might see this Longbeard running back here in the back to run and give assist to the Blitzer who wants to knock down Beanie Whoop-Ass Man. Because that piece needs to be knocked down, otherwise he'll be able to dodge out and blitz the runner again. That's the runner moving over. And I don't think the orcs can actually... Well, possibly. Very unlikely. 1, 2, 3, 4... And that's a push. Unfortunately, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so that's still a... That's a dodge and 2 GFIs. Oh, that's...
It's actually a falling flat on your face.
Yeah. That's interesting because that means that 1, 2... Yeah. 1... Well... The orcs have a lot of options now.
Yeah, they do actually.
Assuming they can get rid of some pieces here. Then they can move... Not very quickly, but they can move some of the black orcs up to give assists. I think the only one that can still blitz is was the blitzer here in the back. But there are pieces that can run up and threaten, assuming they can get away with the GFIs. Good news, Ethan. There is no ice in my pepes.
Finally, you can now consume the pepis. It's only taken the 17 dog years of this game.
7 delicious dog years.
It's worth the wait. Pepis.
The the orcs are still playing it cautious, which, to be honest, makes kind of a lot of sense. Because I mean, as long as because they're actually even on players now, the more dwarves that can be tied up. Like up here, it's 2-1, and now this Longbeard is kind of out of position because they can't dodge away. The better for the orcs. It gives them a mobility advantage, as it were. They are faster than the dwarves. Unfortunately, they're also apparently a bit shit when it comes to rolling block dice, but that shouldn't.
So yeah, eventually they'll roll some pals.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, most of the dwarves are still being based by orcs, and the dwarves do not have the skills or the agility to actually dodge away from that, which means that the plus movement runner here is kind of on his own for the most part. Some pieces can, of course, with guard and stuff get away, but there's still other scary pieces that the orcs have, like this blitzer here in the back, the frenzy blitzer, which kind of means that the runner can't really run forward and hope for the best because there are just so many opportunities or mobility options for a frenzy runner to push the or a frenzy blitzer to push the runner around. But I'm going to assume that we'll see the frenzy blitzer move forward or move to the side to cover the side some more, possibly. Or I think we'll see a dodge out and a blitz with the blitzer in the back, but I've been wrong before. Yeah, so that's the orc. Covering some more on the back here. And here's the blitz. Oh, and the first GFI works. No, it doesn't! Well, the first one does. The second one doesn't. I am quite surprised that the orc decided to attack straight above. I was expecting it to come in from the side, so rather than push the dwarf runner forward, it would push the dwarf runner to the sideline. But still, regardless of the failed blitz, this is not putting the dwarves in a good position here. They're gonna have to get some stunts on these orcs to be able to reform the cage slightly further up. Or, alternatively, fireball a lot of them, but that's not really possible because they're mostly tied up with dwarves on a diagonal.
Yeah, there's no real good fireball target without getting a dwarf too, and you don't really want to be fireballing your own fellas.
Nope. Okay, and that's a good result for the dwarves. Knocking down one of the guard black orcs means they can block some more here. But once again, blocking and not injuring just means that they're not going anywhere. And this dude isn't actually, like, this dude is not stunned, so the runner can't really get away from this orc unless the runner runs really far back. Okay, that's a push. Dauntless keeps succeeding, and that's a pound. And ooh. Just a stun, but stun might be good enough here. It does mean they're clearing out most of the orcs, but I mean, I still can't really see where the runner's gonna go. Okay, so blitzing here to give some extra protection for the runner. I assume... Oh, there we go. KO. That's what the dwarves want to say. Probably running back to put a tackle zone on the blitzer. The orc blitzer here, yeah.
Give him the old slamboree.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's a push. Okay, so but that's still a... So it's... What is it? It's... So it's 9 versus 10. And that's actually a... Oh, no. It's the wrestle piece. So the black orcs are still around. We'll see. This guy being here might mean we'll see a blitz on this Longbeard with the frenzy piece. Because if that works, then... Well, that wouldn't work. Because he'd be tied up on this dude. Oh. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Here comes an orc.
Well, there is a 1-die block here on a Longbeard, but that's probably not happening. Oh, did actually follow up there. I didn't really expect that. Oh, well, that's really nice. That's equally likely to succeed as it is to fail. So the fact that that worked, I think the orcs are really happy with.
You ever seen an unhappy orc?
You know what? No.
It's okay, the ball's gonna move 3 squares.
Are you saying the ball's going to move 3 squares this turn?
No, in the next 3 turns, because if it
Oh.
doesn't... Oh!
Blitz from the runner. And
Now where's he? Now where's he off
a
to?
both down. Yeah, this is interesting. Oh! The move!
Nailed it! 3 squares.
And more. But you didn't specify it was only going to move 3 squares, so yes.
Yeah, it
You were
was
super
3,
correct.
2, 3. Yeah, 3 for 2, 3. Brilliant.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting. That's also a very strange positioning. Oh.
Nice reroll.
Yeah.
He's
Because
gonna get
this guy's gonna, because he's here, he can get surfed by the frenzy piece unless they get rid of the frenzy piece. Which is probably not gonna happen because the black orc here has a guard, and the only one that can block the frenzy piece is the troll slayer. So that
There's a way of getting rid of that guy.
There we go. Okay.
There was a way of getting rid of the frenzy guy. One of them little lightning bolts from hell.
Okay, so this...
Instead the dwarf fell down.
This seems a pretty clear cut. Use the black orc here to move the troll slayer away. Yep. And then get the... Well, actually... Ooh, this is one of those... This is one of those tricky situations where you really want to use this black orc. But then you have to do a GFI.
Yeah, you got to
and that is just so scary.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the safer... This... Oh, okay. Let's see what happens. Oh, he did it. And this is also one of those cases where you want to go for the surf, right? But it's a 2-die into a 1-die. And if the 1-die fails, then it's a touchdown. But it didn't. Okay. Going for the... Ooh.
That's a nice scatter too.
Yeah.
For das Orc.
But it's also one of those where, do I try and pick it up? What do I do with it then?
If he tries to pick it up, he's getting lightning bolted.
Because yeah.
And if he picks it up, he's got to run somewhere, because otherwise that dude's just going to stand up and be irritating.
Yeah, you can pick it up and run back the way it came. And hope that they can't clear everyone else off. Nope, not picking it up. Going for the Longbeard instead.
Nailed him.
Yeah. And I mean, there is still this dodge. Oh, failed the... Oh, no! That's a badly hurt, and that's... Ooh, that's... Ooh.
Even if he was just stunned, he'd still be physically blocking the pitch, and this is not so hot.
Tackle definitely did a thing. But this is still difficult for the dwarves to deal with. Of course, the runner is not stunned, but it's hard to get an assist because of where the ball is.
Yeah.
What is happening on
Lightning.
Thursday? There we go.
Got
Well,
him.
I'm not sure that's enough though. I mean,
think-
it probably
think you
like
should have
so.
done that
Yeah.
last
So
minute.
what's probably gonna happen here is that clear out the thrower, and then use the troll slayer to get rid of this black orc. And then try and pick it up with the runner again. But the runner is not going to outrun the frenzy blitzer, so.
Yeah, but the
oh,
frenzy blitzer might push him into the end zone.
Yeah. This is a this game heated up. It got hot.
Lightning for you.
Yeah. And then I think the reason the lightning bolt or the wizard was used here is that by using the wizard here, this runner is actually the dwarves are able to use the runner. Otherwise, the runner wouldn't do anything because as soon as
You
they try
just
to
gotta lay
stand
there until that other guy leaves.
moves. So it might not be what you wanted from a wizard, but considering how everything else was going, oh, that's unfortunate.
Okay, then you can move that
Now-
other dwarf that's free down. Yeah. And now this other dwarf who's laying down can
Yeah,
pick up the ball and get hot to trot.
yeah, but can't really. He still can't outrun this blitzer, I think. But then again, oh, that's a 1. Oh shit.
Jacked it.
Let's see, what was let's have a look at that roll again. So it's a 2 into a re-rolled into a 1. Okay, and that gives this black orc here the chance to push the orc onto the ball and see what scatters. I feel like there are a lot less orcs on the pitch now. 'Cause
Yeah,
there are
there's
4
a.
off. So that's 8. Not. Hang on. Did I count that right? Yeah, I did, right? Yeah, so there are 4 out. So there should be. Oh, that's both down. That's not what they wanted. So they should. Oh, there's yeah. So yes, everyone's round. That is not. That is not what the.
It's okay, the thrower's there. He's gonna dodge, pick it up, throw it.
Yeah, I mean the problem right now is that the only piece the frenzy blitzer can actually blitz is this long beard here, and it's going to be a 1 die into a 1 die.
Is the thrower even still here?
The thrower is here. It's the stun.
Yeah,
piece.
yeah, he's in the middle. He's in the middle dying.
And the black orc here can try and do a 1 die, push another longbeard onto the ball, but it's basically the orcs have to do either a 1 die block or a dodge, a 3+
Yeah.
dodge, and they're usually the same because they have block. Of course, they only fail on a 2+ with the dodge failing on a 3+. So it's slightly like it's better to do the 1 die block, but it's not something you want to do when you're out of rerolls. It's one of those cases where should I stand this blitzer up? Should I leave him down? Because if they stand this blitzer up, no one else is kinda able at the moment to pick the ball up. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, that's an unfortunate scatter on the ball, but it does mean that the frenzy blitzer now has a 2 die on that dude. Probably not want the push there. I mean the knockdown there, hoping to get it next turn.
Yeah.
To move him further away.
To frenzy
Now-
himself out of the.
Yeah.
Now he's got a dodge.
I might be tempted to actually dodge with this piece here in the back.
Yeah, I've been eyeing that guy the last few turns.
Of course, the problem is the orcs also have to score, but they have 3 turns. They have 2 turns after this, so
Yeah.
even by that guy running back, there's still Beanie Bathman here that could possibly score. Well, So yeah, this is one of those difficult situations. Like it's like you have to just like
It's also difficult because he's got to decide whether make it like going for a big play to score or just wait for the roll off.
yeah. And I mean it's a 3+ regardless, and then it's a question of the more I look at this, I would probably want to try and get the block mighty blow piece in the back, try and get him over. But it's also that also relies on 2 GFIs afterwards, in a way. But if I fall, I block some path, so that might be nice. Alright, it's difficult. A third option would be to try and do a 1-die block on this blitzer, knock that piece down, and then you have an alternate path. Oh! Okay. I did not see that one coming.
Scold.
Okay, let's see what the dwarfs can do. They do not. They have 1 guard piece here, but the orcs also have a guard piece. That's kind of making it hard for them to get any good use out of the Longbeard guard piece here at the bottom. They're also in a difficult situation.
It's tough for everybody involved right now.
Yeah, I mean the dwarves,
but because they're dwarves.
Yeah, the dwarf have the problem that they only have 3 pieces that can essentially pick the ball up at the moment. They have 2 blitzers, which have agility 3, and they have the runner, and the runner is the one that really wants to pick the ball up. But for the runner to pick the ball up, the runner has to dodge out, probably. Or actually, what they need to do is they need to remove this black orc. But to do that, they have to use the Troll Slayer and hope that the Troll Slayer succeeds with the Dauntless, and then it's 2 1-die blocks against a block black orc, which is difficult to do. And if one of the Dauntless rolls fails, then it's even harder, because then it's going to be 2 dice against. And actually, what might happen here is that this dwarf blitzer up here could blitz free now and give an assist, or at least put another tackle zone on the ball. And if this blitzer gives an assist to the Troll Slayer, then at least it's a 2-die into a 1-die. Oh shit!
Oh, dodging dwarf. Knocked him down.
Okay, wow, and the Dauntless works. But that's a push. That's now, if Dauntless doesn't work, it did, so it's a 2-die again, but it's still a push. And that means the runner still has to dodge. But if the runner does manage to dodge, then, which he does,
and then he picks up the ball.
Yeah. Okay.
So, is he gonna toddle on down? Yeah, he's gonna toddle on down.
Let's see who can reach. Oh, shit. Okay. This black orc.
The black orc with going for it.
Oh. Okay. That's...
Don't worry about that orc, it's not even in the fucking square properly. Punch so hard, he's breaking the rules.
So this black orc, I think all that's left to do is for this black orc to actually blitz, which is a 5+ into 4+, 2+2+. Or do that, but that doesn't really... I mean, it's actually... Oh! Okay.
Puts him on. It's
Yeah.
marking him at least.
Yeah, and now, I mean, there are still some options here. There are
Longbeard
still
can
pieces that can
walk
be...
over and assist.
Yeah, there are still pieces that can run down here and stop the dwarves from moving over there. At least a few of them. 1, 2, 3. Like, if this black orc up here could also dodge down and block this piece, then it's going to be more difficult, but that's hard to do. Yeah, so the orcs need to do a lot of dodging. Oh, shit! Oh, shit!
Oh, I was going to say that he could... oh, no, he can't because that dude already went. I was going to say he could try blocking the long beard at the back right, but he can't because that orc stood up, so he couldn't do that.
Okay, so that means this dude is probably... Oh, everyone's dodging today.
Everyone's dodging.
Now possibly it's going to be this black orc also dodging away to block the long beard here. What's probably going to happen is that this piece is going to... Oh! Goes down over here.
What's going to happen is this dwarf's going to dodge out and score.
That's kind of... Oh, shit! They're doing it. But that's not town. No. No! 1, 2... Okay, yeah.
That dwarf, he's going to dodge out and score.
I have not seen these dwarves dodge this well, ever.
That dwarf is going to dodge out and score.
No, I think... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Yeah. That dwarf's going to dodge out and score.
He's going to dodge out and score. What's this nonsense?
Okay. Yeah, so this nonsense... Okay. No, that's not going to help. Hang on. I think they... I don't know what this nonsense is. Oh, this nonsense, I guess, is this Longbeard running in here for a GFI. No, that's not better. That's a lot more dangerous. Okay, so what they can do is with a bunch of GFIs, they can get this Longbeard that hasn't moved and this Troll Slayer to give assists on the Black Orc and then blitz with the runner, but that's a lot more dangerous than just dodging out.
Yeah. Come on, fella, dodge out and score. If you don't, it goes to penalty. Yeah, I told you. Told you he was going to dodge out and score.
Okay.
That was another one of my precedent predictions.
Yeah, I don't think anyone expected that, to be honest.
I did. I said it several times.
I don't think anyone expected that. That was a very unusual play. In the end, after 24 turns, Januz's business, the Dwarf team, is the winner with 2 touchdowns and 13 armor breaks versus the Reggae Rumbles 1 touchdown and 7 armor breaks and 1 expulsions. That was an interesting game.
After 24 hours.
Yeah, holy shit, okay. Yeah, this is going to be interesting to upload to YouTube. It's only 2 hours and 41 minutes.
Only.
Sorry about that, YouTube, because I'm not cutting this up.
Yeah.